So, major changes to Social Security. Many people are asking for massive changes, a huge reform to the entire Social Security program. But others are saying that no, it's too early, not yet. Now, I want to break down what's happening. A major Trump announcement that happened just yesterday, but also what just happened today that has many lawmakers a little bit frustrated and somewhat concerned about what could potentially go on moving forward. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So there's been a lot of speculation about what's going to happen regarding Social Security. I know I've come on here several times over the past couple of weeks, and I've talked about it. Talked about what some of President-elect Donald Trump's plans would potentially do to either hinder or support Social Security. Well, look at this right here. Just from the other day, it says Trump nominates financial software giant CEO to lead Social Security Administration. Now, who is this? Who is this person that he just nominated? Well, it's the CEO, Frank Bisognano. Now, what you need to understand about this, okay? I want to read this to you, though. This is what Trump wrote, and then I'll explain something. It says, Frank is a business leader with a tremendous track record of transforming large corporations. He will be responsible to deliver on the agency's commitment to the American people for generations to come. Now, here's what you need to understand. Bisognano, he serves as the CEO of Fiserv, but he also was the COO of JP Morgan in the past. Keep in mind, this is a guy that I believe made like $100 million in a year. Okay, this is somebody that, based off what we have seen in the past, based off his business experience, well, it could potentially be a good thing for Social Security as far as getting them solvent, making sure that there's no loose ends, they're not losing money. But again, there could be some trouble ahead temporarily. Now, this is the big question I keep seeing. Republicans are suddenly interested in cutting Social Security. Is this actually going to happen? Well, according to President Donald Trump and according to many Republicans, they say that no, they have no intention to cut Social Security. But if nothing gets done for Social Security over the next 10 years, there will be automatic cuts to millions and millions of people, where they will see about a 23% cut instantly come 2034. Now, this is what we really need to talk about. It says Medicare and Social Security update as Vivek Ramaswamy weighs in on cuts. Now, are we about to see cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security? Some say yes, others say no. Here's what I can tell you. I don't think we are about to see cuts because of multiple reasons. Number one, Republicans have already said that no, they don't plan on making any cuts. Number two, if Republicans make cuts at this point, the problem is they are going to see a big wave of Democratic support come the midterm election in just 2 years. That's not something that Republicans want, because their plan, their agenda will take more than just 2 years to actually go through. Here's the other thing. The Republican Party has control of the Senate, but they do not have a landslide of control. All right? They have again, they cannot lose many voters, or else they will lose just the majority vote. But again, you're going to need 60 votes in the Senate to pass bills. Here's the other concern. The House of Representatives. Republicans have the majority in the House of Representatives. Here's the problem. It is 220 to 215. That means if Republicans get two defectors, okay, two people defect with the Republican Party and they vote in favor of the Democrats, okay, then Republicans are still fine. They still have one vote as majority. But if three people defect, then they would actually get their bill blocked. That's the reason why experts believe that Republicans are going to have a very difficult time doing much as far as cutting Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. Okay, but let's get to this article. It says, Vivek Ramaswamy, one of the business leaders President-elect Donald Trump appointed to head a newly proposed Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, assured Americans that wide-sweeping cuts to Medicare and Social Security are unlikely as Trump's second term approaches. It says Trump originally appointed Ramaswamy, the founder of pharmaceutical company Reovent Sciences, and Tesla executive Elon Musk, to lead the new Department of Government Efficiency as a way to crack down on areas where the government is losing money and contributing to the national debt. Now, there's a big thing that's happening here, and it has to do with this little graphic. Okay, this is a PDF. I actually pulled this from the Department of Social Security's website. Okay, the Social Security Administration's website. That's where this is coming from. Now, I want to read a little bit more, and then you'll see why. It says, in a new interview with Axios at the Aspen Security Forum, Ramaswamy said, while the new department would look for waste and fraud within Social Security and Medicare, large widespread cuts are unlikely to be enacted. Instead, he said, this is a policy decision that belongs to the voters based on who they elected in Congress. Now, this is what I want to get to right here. Okay? It says right now there are hundreds of billions of dollars flowing out the door of all those programs, ending up in the hands of people who, even under the statute, should not be receiving those payments. It says right here, we expect mass reductions, and we expect certain agencies to be deleted outright. Also want to show you this one last thing, where Ramaswamy added, we expect mass reductions in force in areas of the federal government that are bloated. We expect massive cuts among federal contractors and others who are overbilling the federal government. I think people will be surprised by, how quickly we're able to move. Now, what is one way that we could see the Trump administration make cuts that would benefit the American people? Well, it has to do with eliminating the usage of Social Security funds to pay for non-citizens, okay? Immigrants coming into the United States for whatever reason. Now, I want to show you this. Again, this is from the Social Security Administration's website. You go to ssa.gov, you can find this there yourself. It says, who can get supplemental security income? It says to be eligible for SSI as a non-citizen, you must be in one of the certain classifications granted by the Department of Homeland Security. You may be eligible for SSI if you are. Now, before I read that, I want to be very clear. Previously, this list was not as long. There were not a lot of eligibility requirements. Okay, it would be hard for the Trump administration to go through and to minimize this and to pretty much kick people off of SSI. But that is the one cut that they are actually planning, is to limit the amount of Social Security funds that are going to illegal immigrants that are coming into the U.S., taking money from the pot, but have never put in a single penny. That's what they're discussing. Look at this. It says, you are eligible for SSI if you are lawfully admitted for permanent residence. Again, that means you do not have to be here or even worked here in the United States, but you could be eligible. Granted conditional entry, paroled into the United States. There are people that are being paroled and admitted into the U.S. as a refugee, grant asylum, whatever. Okay, the Biden administration has pretty much made it a free-for-all. Come in, ask for asylum, ask for say that you're a refugee, right? Just get paroled here into the U.S., get flown into different cities, just dropped off, right? And everything's almost free for you. So it goes on to say, you're an alien whose removal is being withheld. You're a Cuban or Haitian entrant. You're admitted as an American immigrant admitted as an Afghan or Iraqi special immigrant, admitted as an Afghan humanitarian parolee or Afghan non-special immigrant parolee, and admitted as a Ukrainian humanitarian parolee. Now, there's additional things right here. Okay, I'm not going to go into all this stuff, but you get the idea. Now, one of the things that I want to leave you with is this one thing. Right now, the Department of Government Efficiency will be run by Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. One of the things that they're trying to do is eliminate government waste that is contributing to our federal deficit just ballooning. That's their primary goal. But one of the benefits behind that is, yes, they're going to reduce the amount of our deficit. That's their goal. But in the meantime, it's going to free up more money, more tax revenue, so that we can put it towards additional benefits. We can put it towards additional programs. I was reading a report just the other day. They were saying that between $20 and $25 billion is all we would need to pretty much eliminate homelessness here in the United States. $20 and $25 billion. But yet we're spending billions of dollars for Ukraine. Just the other day, actually I think it was yesterday, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, rejected President Biden's demand for an additional, I believe, $25 billion for Ukraine. Said, no, not going to do it. So right now there's a lot of discussions. How can we improve the U.S.? How can we improve things right here on U.S. soil? Because again, we don't need to be sending money to other countries. The people right here, almost every single Social Security recipient is living in poverty because that's the way this program has worked. That's what has kept them from getting further. So we're going to see what happens, but all I'll tell you right now is, yes, there are some Republicans that are asking to make cuts. There are other Republicans that say, no, we are not cutting benefits, but they want to eliminate who is actually receiving those benefits. Not to exclude people that paid into the system for 20, 30, 40 years, but to exclude those that have never put a penny into the system, but yet want to take out money because they are considered a refugee or an asylum seeker. That's something that the Republican Party doesn't really want at this time. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.